The first 11 names, Davis will wear 14 and Jensen will wear 17. Smith and O'Leary will be the two substitutes, and it was two changes really from the Coca-Cola. Dixon and Jensen come in, O'Leary and Morrow go out. Now Trevor Brooking, how will they play?
Well, I think if you look at the usual formation for Arsenal, Dixon naturally coming back on the right-back position. Jensen, you feel more than Paul Davis, but I think Paul Davis was very influential with his passing in the game last month. And of course, Phil Merson, who I think is the flair player of the Arsenal team. Will he have another big impact on the match again?
Well, that remains to be seen. Let's check on Sheffield Wednesday, who also make two changes from the previous meeting here. Nigel Worthington is back at number 3. David Hurst is back. He's wearing 5, but of course he won't play centre-half. They've replaced Phil King and Danny Wilson. And I suppose that means, as we've seen on the earlier caption, Trevor, number 9 Warhurst in defence at the start anyway.
Well, he is very pacey, and I think he should figure closer to Ian Wright, I would have thought, rather than Viv Anderson. Nigel Worthington likes to get forward to the left-back position. Carlton Palmer, I think, is a key man, though, now moving into midfield. And Chris Waddle, who had a quiet match in the previous final, I would tend to feel that if he doesn't get into it early on, he'll have a freer role to wander a bit more than he did on that particular day.
Okay. His watch and his whistle, and away we go. Arsenal in the red, Sheffield Wednesday in stripes. Warhurst gets a header in. Paul Davis coming forward early on. Viv Anderson trying to spray it out to Mark Bright on the far side. Takes on Linnigan, who fouls him. Sheffield Wednesday take it quickly. Worthington to Harks. Waddle's moved to the left. Ball is out. Now, is that just a momentary excursion for Chris Waddle? The post. That was Palmer's header, and turned away by Seaman. And Palmer got a definite flick on it. The other side, Nigel Worthington to take it. Palmer's in there again. Anderson goes up with Bright. They're swinging them in, whipping them in these corners. Worthington again. Long this time, it's Hurst at the back, and Arsenal get relief. He's outside him. In the middle, Campbell and Wright wait. Parler again. Over Campbell's head, cleared by Nielsen. And a free kick given.
Both got in position there. You see the 6-yard ball. It just hangs in the air. Mark Bright then waits, and look at that. It's a free header. He didn't really get any power behind it, but it was easily the best chance so far.
Across the goal, but just that bit nearer to Seaman than it was to Bright.
He just got the wrong side, didn't he, of John Jensen? It was
Now, would Chris Waddle try his luck as he did in the semi-final against Sheffield United? Similar position. And he did! Oh, fine save! And Seaman, once and for all from Waddle, exercises the ghost of the Gascoigne kick here. Tremendous tip over from Waddle's. He's pleased with that. It's a corner though. Merson. John Harks. Tackle from behind, but was it clean?
David Seaman, look, he moves across, takes a couple of steps. It was a good save, almost a replica, as you say, of the Gascoigne position, but he made sure.
Outside him, Winterburn. If he can get the cross in, Wright is waiting, and Arsenal have a corner. Let go as he saw it coming down in. Arsenal take the lead, and it's Ian Wright. And who else could it have possibly been? They can't stop him scoring. And as the free kick is played in by Davis, Linnigan gets a touch, it goes over, Warhurst is it, and Wright finishes at that corner of the net. 21 minutes gone, Arsenal 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0.
Well, Andy Lineker gets above Mark Wright. Paul Warhurst just goes over him, and Ian Wright is such an outstanding goal poacher. We probably shouldn't have expected anything else but for him to be on the goal sheet.
Well, more of Wright's scoring record in a moment. Let's see if Sheffield Wednesday can come up with an instant reply. This is Sheridan to Waddle. Nilsson, and it appears Wright the play will be pulled back. Linesman's flagged for a free kick. In fact, of more concern to Arsenal is the fact that Kevin Campbell is down injured. Hurst up front, but in the way there, Winterburn. And how well he did. Davis, Parler to his right as Arsenal played across the field. Campbell. Dixon, Campbell, Anderson with Wright this time. But Warhurst's volley clearance comes straight back. Sheridan, Harks. John Harks away. To his right, 4 Sheffield players make ground. Mike Bright peels away. David Hurst was closing in. Now Palmer to Sheridan. Nilsson. Palmer. Bit of a tussle with John Jensen. Free kick to Sheffield Wednesday. Almost forcing it from Waddle, I think, had the first touch. Now Wednesday have a corner. That was a really close thing, but it may still be. Anderson is forward. And Seaman this time can collect. Well, it is the bold start that we said they wanted, isn't it? David Hurst here has a second attempt. This time Seaman turns it away. 2 strikes there by the number 5 for Sheffield Wednesday. Corner to be taken by Worthington. Header out by Merson. Here's Sheridan. Waddle. In an offside flag. Wright goes down, and a free kick for Arsenal in dangerous territory. It's Winterburn, and it was a shooting chance they were trying to... That's who he's looking for. Viv Anderson blocks the first cross. It's Wright again for Arsenal. Corner given. Corner, according to the line. Oh, is it? Referee says corner. Sheridan to take it. Comes to Worthington. Oh, offside, Mark Wright. The roar stuck in the throats of the Sheffield Wednesday supporters. First is on this side. They're trying to get others up in support. It's still Bright. There goes Hurst, Linnigan across.
Very controlled by Mark Wright, wasn't it?
Sheridan. Dixon again. Sheridan, well found. Bright waiting, so is Hurst, so is Waddle on the far side. The header up only finds Palmer. There goes Waddle. Jensen. Waddle. Waddle's ball in. Bright's there, it comes off Linnigan's head. Then Nilsson. Arsenal under the cosh a bit now. Nilsson. Palmer. Waddle. Bright. Hurst. Chance. Blocked. Merson. Campbell. And Sheffield Wednesday winning it all for the moment. Waddle. David Hurst equalises for Sheffield Wednesday. Trevor Francis's team right back in it. it was a goal that had looked like coming since half-time. 62 minutes, David Hirst. John Sheridan plunks the ball in. Mark Bright gets the touch away from Linnigan. John Harkes, a lovely knockback, very, very unselfish. And Hirst blasts it into the net to make it 1-1.
Well, it's a great goal. David Hirst at his best there, hasn't he? Hasn't had a lot of joy, and then suddenly in the 6-yard box, he pops up to tuck it away. You're quite right, John Harkes, very unselfish. A lot of players might have seen a bit of glory, tried to score themselves, but it was excellent build-up all the time, very patient. I would like to count up how many passes there were, but Paul Warhurst.
And again, and Harkes is in there. Taking on Winterburn, he's got Bright out to the right. Coming inside now. Here he is. Palmer's well forward, says Palmer.
They're putting Carlton Palmer more central and Chris Waddle wider. He's getting a lot of the aggressive tackling going into that central area, enable him to get forward, and it's turning Arsenal around. And there's two central midfielders, Davis and Jensen, are now having to run back to goal, which we always said they're not too keen on doing.
Bright is in the near post area. Anderson's there. Hirst is there with it back in. Palmer flags up for offside. David Hirst had a outside in his Waddle. Harkes goes again. Palmer goes again. Harkes and Bright wait in the middle. And away by Adams. They had a man over. If it had got to the back post, Bright was there on his own.
But it was the long legs of Carlton Palmer again surging through the middle. Gave Chris Waddle the target to play through, and as you say, if he could have just looked and got it beyond the far post, but it was still good play by him, wasn't it?
It certainly was, and it's going to be Waddle with the corner, waiting for Palmer to arrive. Header by Davis, only back again to Waddle. Corner again. John Harkes has moved into the 6-yard box now to support Mark Bright. David Hirst hanging back a bit. Linnigan heads it away this time. My goodness, Arsenal have not seen much of the ball in an attacking sense in this second half. Here's Sheridan. And now Worthington. Bright's in there again in the thick of it. Every time Arsenal clear, the ball seems to come to a striped shirt. Waddle. Palmer. He's still been a chance. Didn't quite control it first time, did he? But the flag was handball first, I think. Handball first. Karen Barrett makes the gesture for the crowd to see. They were off their seat. He won't get that through. So far, Merson's had less impact on the Wednesday defence than he had in the first meeting here. They've bottled him up pretty well. This is Sheridan. Now Warhurst taking the chance to go forward. That'll appeal to him. Hirst, Warhurst, looking for Bright on the far side. Now what's that done at the back? Has it left a hole where Warhurst has been? Well, here's Davis. And Wright tries to find a way through. Davis, Wright, to his left, Alan Smith. Stumbling into opponents, he might still find Wright. Well, that was a right old mess, really. And it came about because Warhurst chose to move upfield. And still, oh no, took on Cox 1-2. To be replaced by Graham Hyde. I wonder if he's going to give the armband to anybody. Well, they're not short of leadership with fellas like Seaman saw the danger. Oh, and hooked over the bar by Woods from Wright. Good save. Ian Wright's shot could have been the match winner in the dying seconds. And a let-off here for Wednesday, but full marks to the England goalkeeper. It dropped for Wright to hook the overhead, and what an athletic leap by Woods. Corner. Linnigan, no, off the knees, and Wednesday don't quite know how they're surviving. At this rate, they'll be glad to hear the whistle for extra time. Woods, it's Mark Bright from Waddle's pass, and Seaman belts it away. Now a free kick, Jensen and Hyde. Linesman's flagging for a foul by Linnigan. For Wednesday, can he get Hurst in? Not quite. Nielsen again, nearly went all the way, the fullback. Harks, in fact, was also in the thick of that. He slides the ball forward for Sheridan. This is Bright, and David Hurst just couldn't take it in stride, but here's Nielsen, and this is Hyde. Nielsen again. On the other side, Worthington, the other fullback. Harks pulls away to that side as well. There's Hurst. The other way, and Adams hasn't caught him up yet, and it just, Linnigan blocked it, handball. Bright's furious. I'm not sure whether the ball would have got Hurst right in on goal, because Adams had almost made up the ground, but what it has done, the handball by Linnigan, it's given Sheffield Wednesday, yes, it was definite hands, wasn't it? Is that bookable, I wonder? Anyway, it's a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday, coming up to the end of the first period of extra time. Chris Waddle, could he try from here? He brought that marvellous save from Seaman early in the game. He scored, as Alan Hansen said, from this position against Sheffield United. Is there something in this for the Footballer of the Year, or is it Sheridan? It is Sheridan! And, oh, Chris Woods, just a moment of uncertainty, but he took it well from Tony Adams. Period of added time. And the score remains 1-1. And conversation on this side between Carlton Palmer and the linesman, which seems fairly amicable. Now I'm just wondering, after the Hurst in the centre, so is Bright, and it was Jensen that made the tackle, and I suppose that's Campbell, Merson, this is Winterburn. Linesman saw no reason to put his flag up, so play went on with Chris Waddle. Trying to shake off Merson. Drives it into Sheridan, who finds Worthington. Oh, good dummy John Harks. Got it back from Hurst. In the middle now, Bright. Hurst with him. Still Harks. Hurst has pulled away a bit. Not far enough to shake off Adams. Sheridan. And still, oh, he's offside now. As well. Davis tries to thread it through, can't do so, but the interception came back to Jensen.
Good strike, but well, 30 yards out.
And it's easy for the Arsenal goalkeeper.
Yeah, I'm not sure Chris Waddle has got anything in particular.
He was hurried into his shot by Bart Williams. Ball jostling a bit with Nigel Worthington. It was more or less straight by Roland Nielsen, but he felt he might have snatched a bit of glory there.
That was a blinding shot. He's played very well in this match, and I think David Seaman perfectly positioned. Either
Hyde. They left it for Adams to clear.
He did say
It's Lee Dixon going nearly all the way and bringing a save from Chris Woods. Well, both the number twos in this last couple of minutes have threatened to win it. And there are, in fact, just 2 minutes left as Lee Dixon comes. This is Worthington. Worthington's shots. All the shots coming in from the fullbacks at the moment. Going to have a replay of this 112th FA Cup final on Thursday night at 7:30, because Arsenal and Sheffield Wednesday couldn't settle it on the day. Smiles on the faces of the two managers. George Graham's team had the better of the first half when they took the lead. Trevor Francis's side came out to dominate the early part of the second half when they got the equaliser, but after that there wasn't an awful lot of excitement to report. David O'Leary may yet play again for Arsenal. We shall have to wait and see.